Good morning, children. Good afternoon, children. Sorry. I welcome you all to the first class for this academic year 2021. And as you all know that your textbook consists of 8 units. And today we are going to start with unit 1. Each unit has a particular theme. So the theme of your unit 1 is personality development. So what do you think is a personality development? Can anyone tell me what is a personality development? Yes, I'll be getting the answers like somebody will be telling that a person is tall, a person is thin, a person is fat, he has a grey hair, he is short, like this. But personality is actually not that. Personality is mental, physical, social, emotional development, professional development. All these together form a particular personality of a person. That is a true personality development. Now, in this unit consists of 3 parts. One is attitude. Second one is every success story is a story of great success. A story of great failure. Sorry. And third one is I will do it. Here in this part, first lesson, you will know about the attitude of a person. What is children? Those who say that no, I don't want to escape this exam, but I want to write and test my abilities. So that is the attitude. One person decides that if I can escape, let me escape. But the other person decides why should I escape? Rather than escaping, let me attempt and know what I know and what I do know. That is, see, you can see in a given situation, 2 people have 2 different attitudes. That is the attitude. Now, second unit is every success story is also a story of great failure. In this, you will know about few personalities, few people who in the earlier days, in the initial days of their life, they had encountered great failures, but later on they achieved success due to their persistence. In the third part, you will see about I will do it. Is titled I will do it, wherein you will know about Narayana Murthy, who is a great personality and who is a great figure in the technological world. Now, in your textbook, before you start the lesson, you have 3 pictures. One picture is of Sudha Chandran, second one is of Stephen Hawking, and third one is of Helen Keller. Sudha Chandran. Who do you think was Sudha Chandran? Did you ever see her? Where did you see her? On the television, yes. Can anyone recall a movie of hers? Yes, you are right, it's Mayuri. She has acted in movie Mayuri, which is also dubbed in Tamil also. And she is a Bharatanatyam dancer, and at a very young age, when she was around 16 years, she was traveling along with her parents and she met with an accident in Tiruchirappalli. And in the local hospital she was taken, wherein she was treated, but as she was not properly given treatment, she had a gangrene. She developed a gangrene, and her right leg had to be amputated. Amputated. Do you know the meaning of amputated? It was to be cut off. And you can think a dancer is not having a right leg. How will a dancer pursue her dancing? So this was a very difficult phase of her life. But later on she was again taken to Madras, and there the treatment was given, and still her right leg had to be cut off, and later on she was given a artificial limb titled as Jaipur leg. And with that, actually when the doctors saw her, they decided that she won't be able to further pursue her dancing. But she did not give up. She could barely walk, but later on with her persistence, continuous efforts and determination, she slowly started into dancing again. And now you can see that she is a popular TV artist. She has also acted in many movies and she has become a famous personality. See, this incident in her life happened at a very early age. She could have given up, but she did not. The continuous persistence made her to achieve her goal. Now coming to Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking is a scientist. He is a world-renowned scientist. Recently we lost a great personality, and now he was born to Isabel and his mother, and his father was a medical researcher, and his father did practice. He wanted him to do a practice in parasitology, but later on Stephen Hawking took to medicine, and he worked in the concept of black holes, and later on he suffered with a disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. What is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis? Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is a disease wherein muscles weaken and it was difficult for him to stand, move or even speak sometimes. So he went through a great difficult phase in his life. Now the third person you have seen, you will see is Helen Keller. Who was Helen Keller? Helen Keller was an author, a political activist, and she at a very early age, hardly at an age of 19 months mostly, she suffered with a scarlet fever. What is scarlet fever? Scarlet fever is nothing but it is a streptococcus infection, bacterial infection, which gives rashes on her face and which makes her tongue strawberry colored, bulgy, swollen tongue, and it is a higher respiratory infection. She suffered with that and she lost her power of speech, listening. She became deaf and dumb. But that did not stop her from pursuing her career. She was lucky to have a teacher named Annie Sullivan. She believed that love and care can transform her. Actually, after her infancy, when she suffered she suffered with the fever. When she lost the power to speak and power to listen, she became furious. She became wild. She used to shout at everybody. But later on, when Alan Sullivan came to guide her, she felt that she needs love, she needs care, she needs discipline. So, with her love and care, she started teaching her. And within a week or so, she started identifying the letters in an order. As you have A to Z alphabets in English, A to Z alphabets in English, there are 26. Like that, she also had to identify the alphabets with the, she could not see. She lost the power of vision. So with the fingers and with the shapes, but she did not know what it is. But slowly within a week, she could understand the alphabets, she could order them, and slowly, so on, within 2 or 3 months, she went through the words. But directly when she was doing, she did not know. So, with the help of Alan Sullivan, she could cope up with all those things, and later on she became an author, she became a political activist. So, I think the description of Sudha Chandran, Stephen Hawking, Helen Keller give us a clear picture of how personality of a person can be developed. What are the factors which involve in the development of a personality of a human being? Now, in the society, when in your surroundings, when you find a person with special needs, did you understand the meaning of special needs? Special needs means the people who are disabled. They can be physically disabled or they can be mentally disabled, or they can be both physically and mentally disabled. So, how do you think a society responds to these sort of people? May I get the answers? They are not taken seriously. Good. Yes, not taken seriously. Society is biased. Yes. What else? What else? Bullied. Yes. They are bullied, made fun of. Yes, they are mistreated. You must be seeing in your surroundings people suffering with any type of disability. People mistreat them. They don't give them proper attention. They don't give proper care. They don't speak to them properly. They are made fun of. Bullying is they are made fun of. They are made fun of. They are not taken seriously. If they tell something, he says like that only. Nobody cares. If they are passing from you, they don't care. But somebody who is very formal and who is very good, educated and nicely dressed and speaks English, they take them seriously. But biased society. Society is also biased. Biased means, just now as I told, they don't consider them. So this is the general opinion about the people with special needs. This lesson will help us to tackle with these things. Now after going through this lesson, at the end of this lesson, whenever you come across a disabled person in your surrounding, you will not make fun of him, you will not bully him, you will not mistreat them, you will not be biased toward them, you will take them seriously. Whenever you find an elderly man or disabled man getting into the bus, or you'll be ready to give them a seat. So you will be ready to help them. You will be ready to help them to cross the road sometimes. So after this lesson, this feel will be developed among you all. Now, next, we will think about the qualities to become successful. What do you think are the qualities a person requires to be successful? What are the qualities to become successful? Just now we have seen about a brief description about Sudha Chandran, Stephen Hawking, Helen Keller and all. So what do you think? Yes, discipline, devotion, yes, correct. Yes, dedication. What else? Perseverance. What else? Courage. Yes. Next, faith. Yes. Belief. Yes. These are the qualities mostly a person needs to be successful in life. Discipline. If a person's life is not disciplined, it is difficult for that person to achieve the great success or great heights which he or she can achieve. Devotion. Whatever you do, if you are not devoted towards it, if you are not giving your complete to it, then the height which you are supposed to reach, you may not reach there, but you will be falling short of it. Dedication. Whatever you do, if the dedication is lacking, if you are not doing with your complete dedication, you may not be able to reach the success where you are supposed to reach. Perseverance. Perseverance means what? Going on doing, keeping on doing it without giving up, without thinking about the result, without bothering about the result. Suppose you fail, again you do it. Suppose this time it's not successful, again you do it. Sometimes you start with an experiment, but the result of the experiment may not come as expected. But when you go on doing it, you will definitely reach it. That is, when a person has the perseverance, then courage. If you do not have the courage, to face, if you do not have the courage to face the situations, then you may not be successful. If you do not, you should have faith in yourself. You should have confidence. And yes, another one is confidence. You should have the courage, you should have the faith, you should have the belief, you should be confident, and you should have communication skills as a tool. Yes. may not be achieved. So you need to have discipline, you need to have devotion, you need to be dedicated, you need to be persevering, you need to be courageous, you need to be faithful, you need to have belief, you need to be confident, you should have confidence in yourself. If you are not confident, then you won't be able to. Communication skills. Okay, whatever you want to say or whatever you want to express, if you are not able to communicate it properly, then your purpose is not at all served. So these are certain factors which will help you to achieve the great qualities of success. So now we have seen the about Sudha Chandran, about Stephen Hawking, about Helen Keller. Do you think Sudha Chandran was disciplined? Do you think Sudha Chandran had devotion? Do you think she had dedication, perseverance? She had the courage, she had the faith, she had belief, she was... Yes, I can see that when doctor told her that she won't be able to dance further, she had faith, she had belief in God, she had belief, she had confidence in herself that she would be able to. She was courageous, she was persevering. So she had dedication, she had devotion towards her field, and she was disciplined in her life. So do you think all these things she had in her life? Yes, I believe that she had. That is the reason why she achieved great heights of success. She is not only famous in Telugu film industry, she is also famous in Tamil film industry. Most of the reporters question her, are you from Tamil Nadu, are you from Telangana? But so she is famous in both the regions. Now coming to Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking, he was born in England. He also, as I told you, that he suffered with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which is wherein he lost the power of control over his muscles. But did he give up? No. Till the last breath, he worked towards it. And you know, he believed in the in the early days, in his childhood, he used to manufacture fireworks. How do you think he used it? All these things with the broken parts of clock or waste material he used, and he invented a computer at that early age. Using the waste, he made a best out of the waste, with clock parts, telephones and switchboards and recycled components. And he opted physics and chemistry in his early days. So what do you think? When we have seen about Stephen Hawking also, we see that all these features and qualities were there in him which made him successful. He is globally successful. And Helen Keller also, she too had all these qualities which made her globally successful. Now, we have seen about the qualities to be successful, about our opinion and attitude towards the disabled people. We have read about great personalities like Sudha Chandran, Stephen Hawking and Helen Keller. Now we will proceed to our lesson. Now we will see how personality can be developed. For a person's complete personality to transform, physical development, spiritual development, emotional development, social development, professional development and mental development are necessary. For coming to physical development, what type of physical features a person should need to develop his personality? His pleasing personality. When you come across a person, whenever you meet he or she, it should be pleasing. You should feel good. You should get a good feel. You should not get, oh, he has come. You should feel pleasing. You should, the personality of the person should be pleasing. Then grooming. Grooming means taking care of yourself. You should be physically and mentally taking care of yourself. Body language. Your body language should be perfect. According to your, now you can see a person in an army. His lifestyle is completely disciplined. His body language is completely different. It's stiff. So, body language. According to your body language, your personality develops. And positive image. Your image should be a positive one and not a negative one. are the things? Pleasing personality. You should be pleasing with everybody and not harsh. You should be grooming yourself. Time and again you should groom yourself. And body language. Your body language should be a perfect one, and you should try to make your image a positive one. Now coming to spiritual one. You should have belief, meditation, prayers, art, music, devotion, self-realization, yes, for a person's spiritual development, you should first have belief in yourself. Meditation should be a part of your life. Prayer, see, whichever religion we belong to, prayer, everybody we pray. We in the name of, in different names we pray, but we pray. Now you see, now we are going through a very deadly circumstances around us with this corona. But prayers, the other day I came across a quote wherein a person said that after 3 months of lockdown, I am very happy to have a plate of meals and nobody sick in my house. So what are these things? Because of our prayers, because of our faith in God, because of our meditation, because of our devotion to God, we are lucky enough. But there are many who come to this deadly disease and they lost their lives. There are many families wherein they lost a member of their family or they are sick. So we should be meditating, we should have prayer, we should be praying. And art and music. Art and music, how are they important? To gain spiritual development. A good artist can concentrate or can make his own piece. A good musician can give a good music, and it will lead to a spiritual development. Devotion, whatever we do, we should get devoted completely towards it and do. Without devotion, it's nothing. Now, self-realization. Self-realization is what we are. You should realize what we are. For this, I would like to give you 2 examples of. You must have heard about a great writer in Hindi, Tulsidas. And also you must have known about Angulimal. How did they realize? Tulsidas, he was born to parents and he was born in a Mula Nakshatra. Nakshatra means based on the timing or a date and timing a person is born, a particular nakshatra will be there, and he was born in Mula Nakshatra. And astrologers have told his parents that when a child is born in this nakshatra and according to his timing and all, he will be reaching great heights in his life, no doubt. But if he will stay along with his parents, one of them will have to lose their lives, either mother or father, or sometimes even both, maybe both. Then his parents decided that they will send him to a rishi or ashram. And when he was sent there, he was born and brought up at a very early age. He grasped the knowledge of 4 Vedas and all. He was a very learned man, and around 18 or 19 years of age, he was such a brilliant student. And king in his neighborhood, when he came to know about Tulsidas' abilities and he came to the sage asking him to marry Tulsidas to his daughter Ratnamani, and it was decided to marry Tulsidas to Ratnamani. And very shortly there was a festival, and Ratnamani's brother came to take his sister to his home. And at that time Tulsidas was sent on a work by his guru. He was not there at present, but when Ratnavali's brother told that it was difficult for him to wait for longer as it was getting dark and it would be difficult for him to cross the river and go, so he took the permission of the guru and he left with his sister Ratnavali. returned in the evening and he did not find his wife in the ashram. He could not go and directly ask the Guru where my wife is. So he was searching for her, and then when he went and asked Guru Mata there in the ashram, she told that her brother came and picked her up as there is a festival day after tomorrow, and tomorrow it's not an auspicious timing, so that's why they left early without waiting for you. And Tulsidas became so restless, and at night he was waiting for dark, and when Guru and everybody went back in their cottages and all, Tulsidas, what did he do? He go outside and he wanted to cross the river and go to the palace where his wife Ratnavali was. And at night, when he went to the seashore, he found something coming, and it looked like a log of wood, and he took the support of it and crossed the swollen river. And after going there, palace, how it is. Palace is completely guarded by soldiers, and there the soldiers will be guarding it. Then how should I reach Ratnavali's room? Then he looked at her room. Then he found something like a rope. Oh, there is a rope, and I can catch this rope and I can climb up to her room, he thought. And in the darkness, he held the rope and climbed it down onto Ratnavali's room. When he jumped there, Ratnavali was surprised. How come you are here at this hour? And how did you come in this dark hour and in the swollen river? And when she told that, I took the help of a wooden log and I crossed the river. And when I came to your room, I found a rope, and taking the help of the rope, I climbed up. Then no, I didn't drop the rope. Where is the rope? Let's show me, she said. And when Tulsidas and Ratnavali went to see the rope, it was not a rope. It was a snake. And then when they saw in the swollen river, how did he cross? He told that it was a wooden log, but it was not a wooden log. It was a dead body floating on the piece of wood. So, in his love for his wife, he did not even see whether it is a dead body or whether it is a snake. And that deadly devotion he had towards his wife. And she got angry and said, this devotion, if you put it to some good use, you will be a great personality. And that day he decided that from now on, we are not husband and wife. And he did not go back to his cottage, to his Rishi Guru, but he went to Himalayas and he started writing, taking Ram Naam, and he has written a great Ramcharitamanas there. So you can see, when he got the self-realization, his complete life transformed. So you can see how self-realization can also contribute to a development of a personality. Now I'll tell you another story about Angulimal. Angulimal was a dacoit. He used to rob people, and in the jungle, he used to be waiting in the jungle at night, and whoever crosses that place, he used to rob them with all their belongings, and he used to kill them, and he used to cut their finger, and he used to have a garland of that fingers. So one day, the villagers were very afraid, and one day Gautam Buddha came to this village, and Gautam Buddha told, why do you think that you are powerful? Then he said that I can do anything, I am powerful. Then Gautam Buddha told him, if you are powerful, show me something. Go and fetch the leaves of the plant. He plucked the leaves of the plant. Can you pluck the leaves of the plant for me? Gautam Buddha said, yes, I can pluck. This is a simple thing, I can do it. Then Gautam Buddha asked him, go and attach these leaves to the plant. How can it be done? Once I pluck it, how can I put it onto the plant? How can I attach it to the plant? Then Gautam Buddha told, when you cannot whatever you have destroyed, you cannot create it back, then why do you do such an act? And this simple thought, this simple message transformed him from a dacoit and terrorist to a human being. So these two examples show us how important self-realization for a spiritual development is. Now coming to emotional development. What is emotional development? You should have self-confidence. What is self-confidence? You should have confidence on yourself. If you are not confident on yourself, then you cannot do anything. So second one is high self-esteem and leadership skills. To improve your personality, leadership skills are also important. In your life, from early days to your end of the life, you will be getting many opportunities or many situations. In that situations, if you are going to show your leadership skills, you are going to hone your skills in certain situations, your leadership will improve. And when you have leadership skills, definitely your personality development will improve. You can see that during this pandemic situation now, we have seen that people are taking care of us. All these 3 months when we were in lockdown, people were there outside protecting us. So they have shown their leadership. Military is protecting us at the borders, and people, police personnel and all, they are news reporters and all, they are showing their leadership skills. So leadership skills owns a person's personality. And what do you think is important for emotional development? Problem solving skills. Whenever you encounter a problem, you should not run away. You should stand there and think of a probable situation wherein you can come out solution for it. So problem solving skills. If suppose we encounter a problem and we give up. Now you have seen that recently Sushant Rajput, a Bollywood actor, was in news. He had a problem. He was suffering with depression. But he was a great intellectual. He was a student of astronomy. He was a very great actor. But he was not able to deal with simple problems of his life, depression. So, though he had all the great skills, but he could not make him come out of depression. He did not have self-confidence. He did not have self-esteem. So, which led to the failure. If this simple quality he would have inculcated, we would not have lost such a great personality now. Now, stress management. Yes, stress management is also he was going through, as again we'll take the example of Sushant Rajput, he was going through a stress relieved from the reports of the reporters which we got. That for the past 1 year, he was going through a stressful situation. And he could not manage the stress and he gave up his life. Valuable life. Life is important. So, stress management is also one of the great features for a personality to develop. Problem solving skills, leadership skills, self-confidence are all important for a personality to enrich. Now coming to social skills. Good communication skills, public speaking skills. Good communication skills, public speaking skills and social etiquette. Now, social skills. When you are among your friends, when you are among the people, if you are not able to communicate properly, then you lack. That you lack in your personality. Public speaking skills. You should have the skill to speak, and social etiquette, social manners. When you are among the people, how you should behave, how you should be. That is your social etiquette. Now, for the professional development, you should have interpersonal skills, habits, presentation skills, time management. Now see, coming to professional skills. Presentation, whatever you do, if you are able to present yourself properly, that is a skill. Then interpersonal skills, how you deal with the people around. Time management, whatever you do, how you manage the time. If you do a work, somebody does it in 10 minutes and the same thing you do it in 60 minutes. Who do you think will be preferred? A person who does the same work in 10 minutes and perfectly will be preferred. So you should be able to manage the time. According to the given time frame, you should be able to do it. That is also important. Seconds also matter. See, you have seen the records. How do you think people acquire records? Within seconds and minutes, minutes and seconds break the records. So time management is also one of the great feature of a professional skill. And office and business etiquette.
Continue.
Now, if you see, if you are working in an office or if you are having a business, you have certain norms to be followed, and that is the etiquette which a person working in an office or a business circle should have. Now coming, and these all will help you to increase your efficiency. When you go on doing, suppose the day you join in a job, the work you do may take 1 hour, but after a few months it may take half an hour. After a few months it may take 10 to 15 minutes. So the more efficient, how do you become more efficient? With practice. So efficiency increasing. You should, when you are a professional, when you are in a profession, you should be efficient enough. So presentation skills, interpersonal skills, time management, office and business etiquette, and efficiency increasing. These are the skills of a professional development. Now coming to mental development. What is mental development? You should be able to identify your strengths and weakness. Now, if you identify your strength, what you are good at and what you are not good at, what will you do? What you are good at, you will try to improve more and more, and what you are not good at, you will try to overcome. So this skill a person should have to become mentally strong. Identify our strengths and weakness, face challenges and set goals. See, every person in his lifetime will be facing many challenges. You should not run away from your challenges, but rather face the challenges and set your goals. You should set a goal and try to achieve that goal in spite of your challenges. This quality, this feature will help you to will help you to become mentally strong. And next is intelligence. Another one is positive attitude. Now, intelligence. Positive attitude. If you do not have a positive attitude towards something, the growth will stop. So, whatever situation you come across, whatever problem you come across, whatever challenges you come across, if you go forward with a positive attitude, definitely you will become mentally strong. So, if you quit, your personality stops. So, the growth of your personality stops. And perception, imagination, judgment. These are all the skills which will help you to become mentally strong. Identify strengths and weakness, face challenges and set goals, have some intelligence, positive attitude, perception. Perception is how you take at things, how you take at situations. Now you have seen that this year, without conducting your board exams, you have been allotted your results based on your formative assessment. So few people think that what is there, without writing exams they have passed. But again few people think that exams are just only a part of their education, but the real personality, the real learning happens all through the year, and the result based on their grading based on their formative assessment is also not going to make much difference. So this is how you perceive the things, imagination, how you are able to imagine certain things. If you do this, what may happen? If you do this, what may not happen? Judgmental. These are the qualities which will help you to make mentally strong. Why do you think a person chooses a profession of being a lawyer? There he need to be mentally strong. There he will be facing many challenges and all. There he has to perceive things, he has to be imaginative, he has to be judgmental, and he has to look into all. So not only a lawyer, but any person to be successful, you need to have physical skills, you need to have spiritual skills, you need to have emotional skills, you need to have social skills, you need to have professional skills, and he needs to have mental skills. So all these together will develop a person's personality. A person is not told or not said that he has a great personality based on his looks, based on his height, based on his complexion, based on his communication, but all together these things will hone a person's personality. So today's topic was personality development, how a person's personality can be improved. So based on this today's class, I would like to give you a small little work, that is I want you all to gather the information about Stephen Hawking, Sudha Chandran and Helen Keller, and after you gather the information, I want you to write a biographical sketch based on them. When you gather the information, that will help you to write a biographical sketch. Next, get ready with the information about Stephen Hawking, Sudha Chandran and Helen Keller. In the next class, I will tell you how to write a biographical sketch, what are the features of writing a biographical sketch. You get ready with the information regarding these three famous personalities. Then we will proceed to the next class. Have a nice day. Thank you children. Bye.